Hello everyone and welcome back to another Wee Wardlaws online. My name is Lydia. I'll be bringing you rhymes, stories and crafts based on something from our collection. So last week we were playing with dress up and we made a lovely mask inspired by our Korean mask in our collection. And the week before that we made a lovely paper boat inspired by the paper boat in our collection. So this week we're going to be making something else for you to add to your mini Wardlaw collection. What's it going to be? Our theme this week is senses. So what are our senses? There are 5 of them, aren't they? We see with our eyes, we smell with our nose, we taste with our mouth, with our tongue, we hear with our ears, and we touch with our hands. So in the museum collection we have some models of things that they use to help us learn about our senses. Here is a model of an ear, so people can learn about how we hear things. We have a big model of an eye that people use to learn about how we see things. And here we have another model of an eye, and it comes apart a bit like a jigsaw puzzle, so we can learn even more about how we see things. So for this week's craft, for something to add to your collection, I thought we could take inspiration from our model eyes and make an eye collage. So here is one that I have made, and I thought since we're talking about our senses, we can think about making one that feels different textures. So here I've used some newspaper and crunkled it all up, and some tissue paper that feels all nice and rough, and then this middle bit is some felt. So I've just used things that I could find around my house, so you could use whatever you like as well. So I'll show you how I made the shape of it to help you get started. So just take a bit of paper or card or whatever. And so the eye, what we need is some nice circles to draw out this bit, don't we? And it's quite hard to draw circles very well. So I have found some things around my house that I'm going to use to help me draw the circles really nice and neatly. And you can do the same. So first of all, I'll use this for the black bit of the eye. And draw around it like so. And then I'm going to use my bowl here to do the bigger bit, the bigger circle in the eye. Just draw around it like that. Okay, so now I've got this, but we need the nice shape around it. So I'm just going to draw it, but you might want to get a grown-up to help you get the shape right. Or you could just draw it however you like, really. So I'm just drawing it roughly like this. Okay, and there we have our eye shape. So then, what I thought we could do is just find some nice different textures of whatever you have. So I'm using, here's my little felt bit. Got another bit of that, so I'm going to stick it down in the middle. For the middle of the eye. And then the paper I had is this nice tissue paper that's all kind of different textured like that, and it feels nice and rough. And I used blue to match the model eye in our collection, but maybe you could make a collage of an eye that's your eye colour, if they're green or brown or something like that. So I cut it up into lots of little bits to stick on all around like this. Just do a couple to show you, like this, so you can do around the whole bit of the circle there. And then for the newspaper, so I thought we could use newspaper because the bigger eye model that I showed you is made from paper mache, which is newspaper and glue. that's a bit messy. So for today, I thought we could just use strips of newspaper. So I got some strips and then I crumpled them all up like this. Get it all nice and scrunchy and play with it. And then I put glue around the outside of the eye. And just stick it down really messily so it kind of sticks up a bit. And have a bit of a play when you're making this collage. Have some fun with it. Get a little bit messy. And just stick it however you like. There we go, I've started a bit of mine off. And eventually it looks like that. So have a think about things that you might want to use for your eye collage, different textures that you might want it to feel like, or different colours, and you can use whatever you find around the house. And if you make your eye collage, we would really love to see it and maybe show it on the next Wee Wardlaws. So you can send a photo of that to museumlearning@st-andrews.ac.uk, and we'd really like to see all of your wonderful creations. So now it's time for our story, and it's about a little boy who plays a game of I Spy with himself. A little boy was getting ready for bed one night when suddenly he realized his favorite teddy was nowhere in sight. He was determined to find him however long it took. How could he find it? How did Ted look? It had a big orange bow tied around its neck. So he set off around the house to check. I'll use my eyes to look for orange things, he said. So played a game of I Spy with himself to find his Ted. I spy something orange, but it feels rough and cold. It was an orange flower pot that was very old. I spy something orange. It feels soft like Ted too. It was an orange jumper that he picked up and threw. I spy something orange. It's long and fluffy. It was the cat's tail, and the cat ran off looking scruffy. I spy something orange, but it feels hard like plastic. It was a toy car, and things were beginning to feel a bit drastic. I spy something orange. It looks like a ribbon shape, but it was a big orange scarf that he'd been using as a cape. He began to despair as he looked and looked for Ted and wondered if he should stop looking instead. But wait, what's this? I spy something orange. One last check. It was the beautiful orange bow tied around Ted's neck. He hugged and squeezed the soft belly of his Ted, and now they were together again. They both went off to bed. So before we go, I thought we could sing one little song about different body parts. We could sing head, shoulders, knees and toes. Do you know it? Can you sing along with me? Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. And eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. And eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. I think we should sing it one more time and do it a bit faster at the end. Can you keep up with me? Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. And eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Did you keep up? I saw that you did. Good job. So that's all we have time for on this Wee Wardlaws, and hopefully I'll see you again next time. See you later.